if I don't have my frames in, and that's the first thing I need to do is I need to get my frames in first. So my frames stop Pat from being able to push forward and create more pressure. My frames are never used to try to move Pat. Right? There's no lifting, there's no bench pressing. Those are really, really, really bad habits. So if I have to get my hands back in place, if there's space for me just to pull my arm in, right? Don't pull it. Just put my arm back. If you get somebody that does a really good job of keeping it in, but now I can't pull my elbow in, I have to create space on that side. So what I like to think about doing is taking my butt and I basically throw my butt like this. So now what that's going to do is it's going to kind of lock his knees in place. So when I go and I straight back to where I normally was, now there's the knob to get my hand inside. And if you can't see, just come on this side. Now remember, I never use my hand to like push on this hip bone. It's a really good way of breaking the wrist. I'm using my elbow to dig into his hip, and the rest of my hand will be out there. Now, this hand, sometimes you can just bring your elbow to the floor, kill your fingers, and kind of scoop underneath. Yeah, if you have the space to do it, great. Sometimes what happens is people who do jiu-jitsu a while, they'll kind of trick you with it, right? So we're giving the space to come in, and then we get right about here and we use their chin to this side. So to prevent that, one of the things I can do is separate this head from my chest. Especially if you're doing the job of burying his head, and now there's no space for me to get anywhere, right? I'm gonna bridge towards Jet. And what that does is it moves his chest, or his head away from my chest. So now I can bring my hammer in, and then when I drop, now I have my frames back in place. So from here, I'm going to point my knees in the direction that I want to bridge to. So I point my knees, goes back, and I take my heels up off the floor. This is going to give me an extra inch or two from my bridge, which is really important. So from here, I didn't stay flat like this, like if I was exercising, because now as you see, it's a really short bridge. When I come here, it's going to give me a lot more height. I create space on the way down. So as my hips are falling, throw my butt back, and then now from here, I'm going to bring this left knee in here my elbows. Now, sometimes when you get here, the person's going to really press into it. So they make it where this leg gets stuck, right? And I can't get it up. So the first thing I need to do is create pressure or create some alleviance here. Now, if you have the space to just come inside and bubble, great. But if the person is really, really barreling in and really keeping their knees like their chest so it's hard to come in, I'm going to use my shin and this hand to push that away. Now, when I push that away, I'm using my entire shin bone. So I'm not kicking. If I kick and straighten out my leg, he's just going to drop his hip and come around, right? So if I go like this, he's just going to come inside, and now we have to do that all over again. So what I do is I think of using my knee and my ankle to push, and as I do that, I also think about using this hand to keep it where he's at so I can bring my chest around. Now I have space to come right to it. All right, I need a great man. I can put my foot on the floor and shrimp out. Personally, I just kick. Right, so I just go like this and get this little kick, which will put me onto my hip. Now I bring this leg over his back. Ultimately, I want my heel to be close to his shoulder. And I'll take this top hand and I'll hug my knee. And if you were here for any of the butterfly stuff we talked about forever ago, there's a whole system and 1,000 ways to hurt that again. It's pretty cool. If you don't know any of this stuff, don't worry about it. Just get to here. In fact, can you do anything? Worst case scenario, what are you going to do here? He's going to come into me. Do that. Oh, he need to worry about that. So when I get here, what I want to do is I keep the elbow inside towards his hip if I can, and I take this hand, I take my thumb, and go right into his armpit, and I want to grab the meat of his shoulder. I take this hand here, I put my thumb inside, and now I grab it, just like if I'm trying to hold on to a ball. I'm here. This is the one time where I am going to bridge straight up. But in me bridging straight up, I'm going to try to get my head under Pat's chest. Right, so here like this, heels up, toes down. I'm going to bridge, and as I bridge, I want to bridge as high as I can, and then I'm going to drop my butt, but extend my arms like this. Right, this keeps me here. Now, there's space between my chest and Pat's chest. So I don't bring my knee in towards his hip, like this. I'm going to shoot my knee right into his armpit, here. And then I can use my arms to start to pick him up, so I can get, I'm trying to get my knee to his neck. Right, I got short legs, so I can't get there. How do I get there? I'm going to push with my knee to his chest as I bring this foot to the floor. And now I got his car back up again. So now I have him here, right? And I come right down to the floor and sit up. This is a shitty armbar. You have to sit up. Now, if you want to take this leg out and throw it across, that's on you. Personally, I wouldn't. By me having a wedge under his shoulder, it's harder for him to get his elbow to the floor. But that's just like fancy black belt stuff. If you just go here because this feels normal, whatever, I don't care. Do it. It's still an armbar. Here, right? I bridge, and I give a little pop with the arms to hold them in place, and then I bridge again. Notice that I'm gonna have to bring my knees to my chest, right? Like I said, I stuck my foot to the floor. Now, if he's smart, he's not gonna let me do this, right? What he's gonna do is he's gonna pull his arm out. But when he pulls his arm out, right, I just cross my legs in front of him. Because now from here, he can't get me. Go ahead, get me. Do it. Get me. Do the moves. He's not gonna get you. This looks stupid, but it's really safe. So this is really what I want, right? If he's gonna let me break his arm in the process, I'll break his arm. But if he pulls his arm out, I'm not gonna panic and like drop back down to the side control. Right from here, and I hit that initial bridge, and I get to here, and he pulls his arm out. I'm not gonna like do this. That's crazy. Right? I get here, and he pulls his arm out. Boom! Just bring your shins across. Right? I make an X with my legs, and I hook just like that. And then I can do this game all day. And then I can do really cool shit when he starts to come over. And that's a lesson for another day.